All right.
Okay.
I'm just so nervous.
Dude, it's just for your wedding.
Yeah, it's just everyone I know, ever.
Yeah.
Don't ask me trivia questions, I'm nervous.
You don't know trivia?
He had to convince me.
Well, okay, yeah. It was because it was on the porch. And I was like, I'm into you.
I'm into you. Pretty much.
Not like that, no.
He's like, I want to let you know that
I said,
interested in you.
no, I said, that sounds so cordial and nice. I said, I think you're really amazing and I'm into you. That sounds bad as I say it now. It was much better. You had to be there. It is one of those things. Dude, for sure.
He cooks
I'm a good cook.
hot dogs
Hey.
and broccoli.
And rice. And I make
on
cereal
special
sometimes. And
Before we met, he did not know how to cook meats.
not know how. It just freaked me out. It's just like living pieces of flesh that you have to cook to eat. I'd rather just buy it already cooked, because there's a chance of messing up. But that was before. That was a long time ago.
He's grown now. Really?
I can be pretty romantic.
He
though.
can, but I think I think of it more.
No, I think you're just more detailed. I'm just very grandeur. I'll buy you like a helicopter.
Yeah, he always used to just buy
I just do
stuff.
big things. Dream big. But she's all like all the little things, but 1,000 little things. So what's better? I don't know.
Cast your vote now.
You be the judge. Dial 3, 2, 1. Just kidding.
One time,
Yeah, I'm not superstitious.
I didn't sleep an entire night because I kept thinking that my backpack was a ghost.
What the hell?
In my defense, I was in a haunted hotel with your parents and I was by myself.
Come on, man. Just setting me up here. It's not lazy. It's creative freedom.
He's an autist. That's my response too. Okay, come
You
on.
gotta be kidding me, dude.
If you if you mean better in the sense of who can keep us from life-threatening situations, it's you. But also you are the one who creates the life-threatening situations, so.
But, like, okay, if there was like a huge earthquake happening, buildings are falling, I'm the one that's gonna get us to safety while on my phone.
Okay, well, I'll hit you up
The
when
more skilled driver,
that happens.
she's the safer driver.
That's fair.
Really slow.
In my mind.
Huh?
But
In your mind? How does that count?
it doesn't.
Oh. I took the leap. Went, But I think we wanted to say it for a long time. I think I knew when you gave me that book and then I left for Italy.
Yeah. Thought about telling you then.
Yeah, I remember. I felt it. I was like, should I say it? No, I'm about to leave for 2 weeks. Bye, I'll see you later.
Good day, sir.
How did we two meet? She came into my life at a really interesting time when I felt like I kind of hit rock bottom and I needed God. So I checked out this church that my friend Nicole told me about, and it's called Mosaic on Hollywood. After one of the services, I filled out one of those like information cards just to be like involved in community or to serve or whatever. And so I sent it and I just went on about my life, and one day I get a call and I answer, and on the other line it says, "Hi, my name is Gabrielle from Mosaic, da 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 da."
I was actually serving at church for a while, and I had this stack of cards, and I was supposed to call this group of people that wanted to be more connected. And I'm calling, and mind you, I literally hate talking on the phone. It's one of like my biggest anxieties. And I come across this card that says VINHNGUYEN. And let me tell you, I am literally the fakest Asian. I did not grow up around Asians, and I had zero idea how to say that, so it just slipped that card to the bottom. I'm gonna just pray on that one for a second.
And I was like, oh, okay, like, cool. It was the card that I filled out, and that's actually how we first met, and we ended up talking for upwards of like 30 minutes just on the phone of like life and what we do, which is funny because when she asked like what I do as like a career, I was like, oh, I'm a dancer. And she was like, oh, you and everyone else in LA. And I was just like, okay. I don't know how to answer that.
Just kind of got to talking, kind of trying to see where his heart was, where he wanted to be and why he wanted to be more connected. And we ended up talking for like 30, 40 minutes, and which is really weird, talking to a stranger for that extended period of time. But I hung up, came back in the house, and I just remember saying like, I just had the best conversation, and I just really feel like this is someone that like I want to connect more with. And kept missing each other for like weeks on end because he was traveling and I was working.
One day we finally get to meet at church. It was really cool. Saw her, met her, and was like, oh, okay, cool, let's sit together, enjoyed church. What was my first impression? You know, it was really weird. At that time in my life, I was not looking for anybody to like date or meet or to be intimate with. I just told myself like, okay, God, this is all you. From here on, like I'm not even gonna do things of my own power anymore. I'm just gonna leave it up to you. And so when I met her, none of that was in my mind of like, ooh, So the first impression, I thought she looked really pretty, like really beautiful. You know, I like walk up and I'm just like, oh, this is who is on the phone, you know? But nothing there, it was just platonic. It was like, wow, you're really beautiful. Hi, my name is Vinh, I didn't say that. I just said, hi, my name is Vinh.
First impression, he comes across as such like a cool guy, right? Like he always strolls up and like has some kind of hat on, and I think at the time he was like holding this like giant Bible and a journal, and he just like has this whole facade of like, I'm just very cool and put together. But I think secretly also I was like, wow, he's much more attractive than I thought he was going to be.
My first impression of her was that I thought she was really beautiful and she had like really great eyes, but also in the back of my head I was like, she's super out of my league. Because I had never dated anyone, well, not Asian looking, kind of. That doesn't make sense.
How did we start dating? We went to this outing, I guess, with a bunch of people from church. It was called First Fridays in Venice. Somehow we just started gravitating towards one another, I think because we just liked the same foods, which, ding ding, that's already like bonus points. But I remember we were walking past this bar and I asked him if he wanted to go in and he was down, so like, all right, cool. And I remember he chugged a rum and coke with me, and I just looked at him like, I like you. And eventually, we kind of just kept talking through the night and ended up at this spot.
We were just kind of stuck in conversation with just us two for the entire night with like a bunch of people around, and we started talking to this other guy about like relationships and stuff, and this is when we were just friends. I remember him asking like, yeah, so, you know, I know that dancing must be really tough as a career. Like, how do you guys do it together, like as a couple, blah, blah, blah. And we were just like, kind of like had a really awkward moment and just like looked at each other, like, I don't know how to answer this. Looked back at the guy, and thank God, Gabri was just like, oh, no, we're just friends. We're not together, da, 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 da.
And I just remember I was just like shook, like so uncomfortable, just like ghost mode, couldn't breathe, like what do you mean? And we just like started laughing and told him we obviously weren't together. But I think from that moment it kind of sparked just the reality that we had connected in a way that we hadn't even noticed yet, but that others around us were starting to notice. And it just stirred a conversation. Initially I turned him down, which probably didn't tell you that because it's embarrassing.
I think she said she wasn't ready for a relationship at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, me either. Like, I'm good. And so we go back to her place. I'm like dropping her off, and we ended up sitting on the porch for up until 3 or 4 a.m. just talking, just talking about everything and nothing at all at the same time. And I think I just told her straight up then, I was just like, I'm kind of into you. I don't know, I know that you're not like ready for a relationship, but I don't know, just feel like I just wanted to put that out there. And from then on, I think we just like kept talking, she received it, and
the more that I really came around to what was happening and who he was and who I thought he could be in my life, we just started dating.
I took her to Terranea Resort, and there's a cliff. There's a bar on a cliff that overlooks the ocean, and we went there for a beer one time at sunset. We're sitting on a bench, a blanket like draped over us, and kind of just talking about life. And I think there's just so much that we relate on and can talk so deeply about life that I never had a connection with anybody. And I think that's just when I knew, just when it just fits so well, just like a glove on your hand, just fits.
I think I knew he was the one because he's everything that I'm not. And I think there was a point that I realized there were all of these different things that I wanted in a partner. But I had to come to the reality that if I had those things, I would not be living my best life, or the life or the love that I know God planned for me. And the more that I got to know him, look at what you did. The more that I got to know him, I realized that he presented a challenge in my life that really just took my life to a new level and allowed me to love in a way that I'd never experienced because I didn't plan it. And kind of hit me like a wave, like your whole life you think one way and you think that something is going to look like this, or at least that's what you hope for, and he was something so different. So I think that all in one, I had to process that my life was not what I hoped or planned, but also that it was the best possible version of what it could be because I'd fallen in love with this person.